Hi everyone, so here are my empties for the month of June. I have quite a lot, different categories. So the first one I'm going to get into is hygiene slash beauty. So for the first item that I finished up was my Tree Hut scrub in the scent watermelon. I really like this one. I know that my sister, when she tried this one out, she got into Tree Hut scrubs and she actually repurchased this watermelon one as well as the pineapple scrub, which is currently in the bathroom. So right now in my body scrub collection, the only one that I have left from Tree Hut is the cotton candy one. So once I finish that, I might repurchase if it's on sale, depending on if I can catch it, let's say maybe after the holidays, because I have a bunch of Onyx scrubs that I need to get to. But yeah, as far as this Tree Hut scrub goes, I think I will repurchase it. I don't know if I will purchase this particular scent again, and depending on the price. So here we go. It is completely empty. I'm pretty heavy-handed with my scrubs, so this didn't last for too long. So the next scrub we have is this Onyx Bathhouse Foaming Body Scrub. This one, I believe, is from the Christmas collection, even though the scent is in like Magnolia Lilac, I want to say. So this one says Warmest Holiday Wishes, Foaming Body Scrub, and then I can't really see what it says. Oh yeah, it says it has jojoba oil. And yeah, it was from the Christmas collection because it has a little Santa hat. The Flamingo, I think. Yeah, Magnolia Lilac. I don't know how this scent equals Christmas, but it was okay. I personally don't really like flowery types of scents, so I wouldn't repurchase it, but it was a very soft, delicate floral, and I believe I got this on sale. That was my main driving force. So it pretty much rinsed off, but it was either $2 or $3. So definitely won't repurchase this again. I do like the formula, but I noticed that the newer ones are a little bit more, what is it, like goopy, runny. I like the harder ones, but it could just be that the ones that I purchased, they're older, hence why the consistency is a lot thicker and it's more like soap than anything. So it's not as runny. So I think now going forward, after I finish up a few more scrubs, I think I'm going to look for ones that are a little bit denser, more compact and rough. If they're more like goopy, gooey like how this one is, I feel like I get less of an exfoliation. Alright, so that is it for the body care items. I'm going to go over to, let's see, I would do skincare next. Alright, so I have a big packet of masks. Let's go over the first one that I have. So this one is, I got this from a Pinch Me box. It's essentially if you sign up for, what are they called, daily samples, and then they send you free products for you to review. I don't post anything on like video wise. I just do go on the website and like give my review. So this one was okay. I don't think I'd go out of my way to purchase it. It was just the basic hyaluronic acid serum or moisturizer type of face mask. I forgot the brand, but I want to say it was like Semu or something. Yep, I think I completely cut off the brand, but yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this, but it was okay. So here's the first one. Next one, we finally finished the last of my by Wish Trend Natural Vitamin 21.5% Enhancing Sheet Mask. I like this one, but I feel like I like other ones, so maybe if it was on deep discount, I'd purchase this again, but otherwise I'm going to stick to my Claire's sheet mask instead. Next brand, I finished up 3, and these were my last of the Innisfree. I believe this is green tea. Okay, so this one, I initially thought, I'm like, okay, I'm going to repurchase it, but this sheet mask just has way too much excess water, and I don't know if it's the shape, the type of like cloth used for the sheet mask, but it kind of just like falls off in my face. Even, yeah, I'd virtually have to be laying down on my bed or laying down on the couch or something. That's how like it slides off. But it does a pretty good job at moisturizing. I just don't think I would see myself purchasing this again. And I got a pack of these at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. It was 10 for $9.99. So essentially each of these were slightly under $1. So the last sheet masks that I used for this month were from the brand Holy Moly in the elasticity version, or I'm Pomegranate. So I also purchased these from Marshall/TJ Maxx. They also have these in a pack of 10 for $9.99. So essentially they're the same as getting the Innisfree ones. And I want to say I like these Holy Moly ones more. I feel like the shape of the sheet mask is a little bit better for my particular face. It also doesn't have too much excess liquid, so I don't need to use the excess liquid on my body. But I mean, if you like doing that, then that's okay. But yeah, I just think I'm going to stick to the sheet mask instead of the Innisfree if I happen to purchase again. Alright, last thing we have is this very tiny sample of the Sulwasu Concentrating Ginseng Cream. Now, this is like a very tiny sample. I don't know if you can see how tiny it is. But it did have a ginseng smell that I don't think was offensive to me. It's a little bit like a root powder smell. So I think that's an artificial fragrance, but I honestly don't mind. However, I can't say if I would repurchase it or not, but I don't think so because this is pretty expensive. And I think they have this at Sephora. I've sometimes seen a little like mini size kit in Marshall's, but I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it when I have other face creams that I like a little bit more. Okay, I also finished a bunch of little sachets. I think I got these mainly from like orders, probably during Black Friday because that's essentially the only time I place orders. First, we have this Purito Derm HA-3 liquid. I think this was essentially like an essence, and since it has hyaluronic acid, that's not my favorite ingredient. It just felt a little hydrating, but I honestly don't think I noticed a difference. Next, we have the By Wish Trend Vitamin A Amazing, the Couture Night Cream. I used this up pretty much all the way, so I can't show you, but the color of this cream leans a little bit yellow, but I think that's because of the Couture. I do miss putting something like retinol based on my neck. I haven't done that in a while, so I might look into getting, let's say, like a low grade retinol, maybe like 1%, 2% or something. So I might purchase this, I might not. Okay, next we have the By Wish Trans Sarah Barrier Soothing Ampule. I am not really into, once again, moisturizing, soothing type of products because I feel like that's mainly if your skin is over exfoliated or if your skin is very sensitive. If anything, I tend to lean towards exfoliators, maybe vitamin C's and peptides and stuff like that, so I can't picture myself using this again. Next, we have a sachet that my sister gave me. I think she gave me a pack of like 4 or something, but these are the Dr. Dennis Gross exfoliating pads. It says extra strength daily peel. These got me a little nervous, but I used them at night and they were pretty okay. So essentially, one of them is your acid-based solution, and then the other one is the neutralizer that you need to use in combination. I honestly don't think that this was as intense as I had pictured. It could just be that my skin isn't sensitive, but I didn't notice any like thing really amazing from this. I didn't feel like my skin was super smooth or anything. It just felt like a normal, barely there exfoliator. So I wouldn't repurchase this. Okay, so I almost forgot, but I have another little sachet. This is from the brand Purito in their Oat in Calming Gel Cream. I personally don't like gel creams. I feel like they're not as not exfoliating. I feel like they're not as hydrating as a regular cream and or lotion. I feel like this kind of works more for people with oily skin. So I wouldn't repurchase this, and it's also not for my skin type. But for one-time use, I'm fine with it. Okay, now let's go to the next category, which I think would be my biggest one, which is home fragrance. For candles, I finished up one of the Homeworks peanut butter waffle cones. I believe I did a post-burn review on this. I don't think I did a dedicated review, but I purchased this at Marshall's. If you can see the red sticker price of $13. So here's how it looks like at the bottom. I don't really warm the leftover wax from Homeworks candles because they do a pretty good job at burning pretty much all the way down. And I believe the only issue I had with this was slight wax discoloration, but the throw of this was a solid medium. Surprisingly, I really like the notes of this. It says waffle cone, so I initially thought it was going to be bakery, but this mainly just smells like cracked peanuts. So if you're thinking this is going to be a baked gourmand type of scent, you're going to be disappointed. If you want like a cracked peanut smelling candle, this is pretty much it. And then to go over the scent notes, brown sugar waffle cone, hardly present. Cracked peanuts, that's about 99% of the candle. Caramel drizzle, barely there. Maple syrup, maple syrup, barely there. And then my pour date is September 8th, 2022. So there's one empty. Right, next candle that I fully finished. This was for Pride Month. I did a review. This is from the brand Boytown. And the scent of this candle is either West Hollywood, California, established 1984, or it's just smoke and ash. So I'm actually going to keep this top box because it's pretty sturdy, if you can hear that. So this one costs $9.99 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it did. $9.99 at TJ Maxx. And I was really happy with the smell of this on cold. So here is that. The wax was just a plain white wax. And then here's the glass-ish vessel. What I did, because this candle didn't burn all the way down, is that I scraped the leftover wax and I put that in my wax warmer. I love the smell of this. The only con is that I just wish this candle was a little bit stronger, so maybe if that ever happens again, I might warm it, but I really wanted to enjoy the burn of this. Oh, I also had to wrap a tin foil around it. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this, but I do love the smell, smoke and ash. I believe it also had like a slight delicate floral, so it was this really nice mix of masculine and feminine scents all in one. Really enjoyed it, wish it was stronger. That's my main critique of this. Alright, next candle that I fully finished was the Trader Joe's Salted Caramel and Pistachio. My store currently, end of June, beginning July, still has a bunch of these candles. The body products sold out, good luck trying to find them. But this candle was pretty good now that I've burned other candles that I'm not as satisfied with. This is pretty good for a one wick. I would show you how it burned in the bottom, but I scraped off the wax as well. So what I did, if you're not sure how to do that, is I just pulled the wick and I popped this into the fridge for not even 5 minutes, and I was able to put this in my warmer and get a solid day's use of just warming the leftover wax. It wasn't a lot. To go over this in a very quick way, I initially bought 3 of them and I thought, oh, I don't really like the smell all that much. It's pretty similar to the, what is it, the Boom Boom Cream. Not an exact dupe, but enough so that if you like the scent, you should try this candle. I feel like I'm going really into depth with this candle, but essentially the 2 other ones that I have, I'm going to keep them because, long story short, I ended up really enjoying this. It's not the strongest candle and it does have a tendency to tunnel, but what I do is I place this in a Bath & Body Works candle holder and it does a pretty good job at heating up the sides, so it prevents further tunneling. So I know some people have that issue. I personally know how to deal with it, and I think the strength throw was like light-ish to light medium-ish. All right, next candle, we have the biggest disappointment. No, actually, I've had a recent huge disappointment in a candle, and it's only second to this one. So this is from the brand Sensational in the scent Moonlight and Citrus. Essentially what the scent is Sunwash Citrus from Bath & Body Works. I really was into like wooden wicks, crackling wicks at this point. I want to say it was over a year ago. And I did a review on this too, and you can see that I tried to light up the wicks and it would just not stay lit, so I couldn't enjoy it. So my solution, because this candle just wouldn't stay lit, is that I warmed this under the candle lamp. And I got this, I believe, at Marshall's. It was on sale for like 10 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so originally it was $14.99 and went on clearance to like 12, and I got it for 10. So I definitely do not need this candle. Here you could see the bottom, the wicks have traveled and they were not on at any point in time. So what's left over right here is just unscented wax. I didn't want to like empty it out right now, but yeah, it was just a white wax, Sunwash Citrus. Don't need this in my life. I'm so happy it's over. Initially, I thought right here, if you could see, it says Sensat, like the I was markered out or it just rubbed off. So I thought initially it was Sunset Olno, but no, it's just Sensational. It was pretty strong under my lamp warmer. I would give it like a solid medium, so like an 8 out of 10. Burning, a horrible candle. Oh, and as far as I would repurchase this, I would most definitely not repurchase this. Okay, I think that's all of the candles. I'm going to go on to my reed diffusers. First reed diffuser we have is the DW1 in the scent Lava. This is the creamy tropical one. I want to say it's like some hints of citrus with coconut, plus a little like splash of cream, maybe coconut milk, I would say. So I have like strong thoughts about DW candles. Maybe it's just that I haven't had any luck with the ones that I've burned. They're like no throw to low throw, but the reed diffusers are very nice. This one, I don't have the reeds, but it was black reeds, and I personally enjoy that a lot more than the wooden reeds. I feel like those absorb too much of the oil and don't do a good job at dispersing the scent, but I digress. This, I would say, was a solid performer, medium-ish for a small bathroom. And I put this in the bathroom that we get ready in, and it scents up that little space pretty well. So this isn't going to fill your entire bedroom or anything, but for like, we're talking closet, over a trash can, maybe like a small little hallway, this will be perfect. So I don't recommend DW Home candles, but I do recommend the reed diffusers. And I've already repurchased this scent. I reused the wicks, which I don't think you're supposed to do, because I do notice that this one, the one that I finished, is a little bit stronger than the new one that we have. The only problem with this is I have to ask my dad to open this because the stopper right here, it's so hard to take out. I want to say it's like one of the hardest stoppers to take out to put in the reeds. Yeah, so that's my only critique about this reed diffuser, but I would repurchase. And I have repurchased, I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 cents from DW in only the reed diffusers. Okay, next we have another reed diffuser. The reeds are still kind of like a little wet, but this was from the brand Morgan and Grace. I didn't really like the scent. I think it was patchouli and musk. It just wasn't for me, but I still smell it. So I haven't seen the brand Morgan and Grace recently, and I think this was like $6.99 or maybe it was like $6 on sale because I pretty much buy everything on sale. But these aren't the correct reeds. These were the ones that I reused from North Muse. The reeds that came in this one were wooden reeds, which I didn't like, hence why I'm using this one. Yeah, so I wouldn't repurchase this particular scent. However, if I saw this brand, I would buy it, just not in any musky, florally types of scents. I would purchase, let's say, something more like lemon, orange, apple, or maybe even like a tree scent, just to give some examples of some scents that I would enjoy. So this one would still repurchase from the brand, wouldn't repurchase this particular scent. Okay, next one we have is from the brand North Muse. I looked at their Instagram and it looks like they recently changed the packaging for their reed diffusers, which is a shame because I really enjoy the one that I initially purchased. I don't know if they were testing it out or rebranding some other products, but here's how they originally looked like. It's a little hard to see, but let me kind of like put my hand over. It just has a gold design in the clear glass, and this was in the scent citrine. So it says lemongrass and sage, I think? Sage diffuser? One of those, but essentially I mainly just got a nice citrus note from this. It was pretty good at scenting up a corner of my room. So this had crystals in it. Let me go ahead, move this, and show you how the crystals look like. I'm trying to collect them, maybe for like an arts and craft project or something. So here's how the crystals look like. You can reuse them if you're into like crystals, meditation, and all that. I don't really do that, so I'm just going to use it for an arts and crafts project. But just to go back, I would repurchase from the brand North Muse. I know that they've changed their packaging, reeds, and stuff, so I would just get one to try it out to see if the formula is still good. But overall, the ones in this type of packaging did a great job at dispersing the scent. Alright, last thing, we have a little tree in the scent Cotton Candy. If you notice, it's all like bent up, so I think I mentioned this before, but what I do is when I don't smell anything, I take it off of the, or out of the plastic packaging and I start ripping it up. So one day I rip it up like this, or I rip it up like that, and it just kind of brings out more of the scent that I feel is still trapped in there. So it does prolong it by a day, 2 days tops. But yeah, I have a bunch of these in the scent Cotton Candy, so I would always repurchase this again and again. Okay, next I'm gonna go into hair care. So here we have the Dove Men Plus Care Derma Scalp. I think this is a 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo plus conditioner. I hauled this in I think a Walmart haul some months ago, and I initially got it because it was $1, and my dad told me that he really liked manly smelling shampoos. Little did I know he doesn't use any conditioner. Okay, so he said that if he uses any 2-in-1s that his hair gets really flat and stuff. So what I ended up doing was I used this kind of like as a pre-wash, or I used this as my first cleanse. So my hair is pretty much, I would say, like towards my lower back, and I do use a lot of shampoos. So for every, let's say, 1 bottle of conditioner, I need 2 bottles of shampoo just to make sure my hair is clean. Well, that and I shampoo twice. But going back to this Dove product, I think I would repurchase their dandruff stuff just because I like using that to exfoliate. That's how I kind of keep my scalp healthy. I don't have dandruff, but I just use dandruff products. It's either that or a chemical exfoliator for my hair. But anyways, if I were to use this, I would not use this as a 2-in-1. I would go in with this, use a shampoo, and then use the conditioner and or a mask. But this scent is really strong. I liked using it because it gave a nice scent, but then I'm like, oh, I don't want to smell like men's cologne in my hair. So yeah, the scent of this, very strong. It did linger for a bit and it made my shower smell great. It kind of overpowered the scent of my body scrubs and body washes though. And for $1, I think it was a pretty good deal. So here's the first hair care product that I finished. Next, we have this anti-hair loss serum from iRestore. This is like so old, so expired, but I use this kind of like as a hair oil treatment before I showered. It was more of a gel consistency. I didn't notice anything. This didn't do anything to my hair even before it expired when I used it years ago. Let me show you actually if it has an expiration date, but yeah, this didn't do anything to my hair. My sister still uses the iRestore hair treatment or hair light thing, but yeah, I didn't notice anything. So if you can see right there, it doesn't have an expiration date, but I just know this is expired. Yeah, it was an anti-loss hair serum for thin hair. I wouldn't recommend anything from this brand. I think my sister does like the helmet thing that she puts on, but I would not repurchase this. This is just one of the products that my sister gave me that I finished up. Alright, last hair care products we have. Again, I purchased this during the same shopping trip that I got that Dove Men's Plus Care Dandruff Shampoo. So I got these Head & Shoulders 50-cent sachets, and these are detoxifying scalp pre-wash mask. So my sister is really into like exfoliating like scalp scrubs and stuff. I am trying to finish up some of the ones I have from Not Your Mother's. So I told her, hey, do you want to try this out? And she really loved the formula. She has thin but curly hair and it's frizzy. So she said that this worked for her. It didn't feel like her curls were stripped from any moisture. And she's currently trying to find it at our CVS. I believe they have it, but it's super expensive. It's like $8-9. But yeah, she's looking forward to finding this and she would repurchase this. I think this was nice, but I honestly didn't want to use it because she liked it so much. But yeah, there's how it looks like. It says deeply cleanses, removes buildup, and detoxifies the scalp. And there's the back. It just has an anti-dandruff ingredient. So these two are done and empty. Alright, finally, random miscellaneous products. So I finished up another Opti-Free Pure Moist. I use this to clean my contact lenses every day. And I also use it to put in that little like contact lens tray to store your contact lenses after you're done. Love this, get it from Costco. And it lasts me pretty much like the whole entire year, not a year. So one lasts me 6 months. It comes in a pack of 2. So one pack of 2 lasts me about a year. Next, we have my favorite floss. I think I get this from Walmart. And that is just this Equate Dental Floss. So this one is a lot thicker than the Glide Floss. Although I personally like this thicker one. I had to take a break because I cut my gum like a month or 2 back. So it took me longer to finish up this one. But I would continue to repurchase this. That and the Opti-Free Pure Moist. Alright, so those were all my empties for the month of June. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Okay, bye.